if we actively do not side with the victims of evil in the face of perpetrators, then we have tacitly sided with evil. Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel here at Mundelein Church of the Nazarene, and this 6th episode in the series Back to the Basics. We're taking another look at the 10 Commandments. It's the commandments, we're all familiar with them, but I don't know that we've given them a lot of deep thought. We're in the 6th commandment, which starts the 2nd series of 5, and it is one that you're well aware of, and you'd think it'd be the most simple commandment that we have, and that is, thou shalt not kill. That's how the King James Version renders it. However, that's probably not the best way to understand it. It's not as simple as it sounds, and we probably need to explain what is meant. See, there are 2 words in Hebrews that describe the ending of life. There's a word that simply means kill. You can use it to kill an animal. You could use it to kill in self-defense. You can use it to accidentally kill someone, but that word's not used here. The word here that's used means the illegal or immoral taking of a life. The command really should say, to be accurate, thou shalt not murder. The same biblical books that give us the 10 Commandments, and we get the 10 Commandments in 2 different places. We get them in Exodus, and then it tells them a second time in Deuteronomy. In both Exodus and Deuteronomy, there are clear verses that allow, even prescribe, capital punishment. So it cannot mean just to kill generically. In the Old Testament, there is killing and there's immoral killing. And the only one that is condemned is immoral killing. We should also note that this command is the one which opens up the second 5. If you could imagine 2 tablets, all the ones on the left side have to do with our relationship with God. There's one that's kind of the bridge, number 5, honor your father and your mother. And then on the other side, the other 5 is all on how we interact with our fellow human beings. And the one that opens up that right-hand side is the most important. You shall not murder. You must not take innocent life. In the Old Testament, this concept of innocent life is an important distinction. And I believe it's a vital point to consider. There are those, even today, who condemn all forms of capital punishment. Now, I'm not putting down that position. That's a perfectly appropriate position to have. Just don't defend it from the 6th commandment. Because the 6th commandment, it's thou shalt not murder, not a generalized taking of life. There are also those in culture that oppose the taking of all human life. Pacifists. There's no situation that they find themselves in, no time when it's okay to ever take a life. I understand their position. I even at times admire their commitment. But just don't take it and don't defend it from the perspective of the 10 Commandments. There's dangerous ground here. And many have rejected pacifism because it has a morality problem. It sounds very moral at first glance. But there are always going to be times in life, hopefully rare, hopefully we'll never find ourselves in that position, where we find ourselves in a place between a victim of evil and a perpetrator of evil. If we actively do not side with the victims of evil in the face of perpetrators, then we have tacitly sided with evil. And if we do that in God's name, then we have made a dangerous statement about God. One that this command seeks to avoid. There's nothing in this command that furthers or encourages us to kill. There's nothing in this command that glorifies. It just wants us to be very, very sure that we don't take innocent human life. I want us to be very, very sure that we don't murder. Well, that's the sixth command. This isn't long. It's one that's well understood. But we'll see you back here next week as we go to the seventh command, thou shalt not commit adultery. Hey, I hope you like us, subscribe to us, and please feel to join the conversation. Ask a question. We'd love to be in conversation with you, but we'll see you here back again next week.